Is Clear Life Combat on KHEA Radio. I'm excited. I got my friend Cristian Guzman. He is coming to us live. I'm gonna let him share what he has going on. Hey, what's up? How you doing?
What's going on, brother?
Where are you at right now?
I'm out here in Vegas. I'm getting ready for this invitational. It'll be on in a couple hours. Y'all make sure y'all tune in on Fight Pass. Download the app. It's only like $10 a month. It's totally worth it.
Yeah, when did you first hear about this event? I saw it at UFC 269. I'm watching on Saturday. Next thing I know, I see, Fury, which is a Houston promotion, and these other promotions about this event taking place in days.
Yeah.
When did you hear about this?
So, actually, at the last Fury Fighting Championship I was at, I talked to Eric, and I was like, "Hey, Eric, when's the next sub hunter? Because I hold 2 belts." And I was like, "Well, when's the next sub hunter? I'm ready," or whatever. And he was like, "I got something in the works."
Yeah.
And I just can't talk about it. And this is like what? This is like around like a month ago. I'm like, okay, cool. But I didn't expect nothing this big. And so that was that. And then like 2 weeks ago, no, maybe, yeah, like 2 weeks ago, right before I got my black belt, um, Richard Burmaster, one of the matchmakers, he's like, "Hey, what are you doing? December 14th to the 16th." I was like, "I mean, my schedule's open. I mean, I'm not doing anything." And he's like, "All right, I got something." He's like, just chill. Let me confirm some stuff, and I'll get back to you. And a couple days later, he's like, "Hey, I got you a match for the invitation. We're doing a UFC Fight Pass Invitational." So basically, Fury Submission Hunter Pro collabed with the UFC, and they made this event for grapplers, and it's gonna be a huge show. There's a bunch of UFC vets, MMA vets. I think I'm the only guy that doesn't have an MMA fight, to be honest with you, on the card. So it's like nothing but studs. Like, it was crazy. Yesterday we got picked up in the shuttle. I was texting my friend. I was like, "Dude, I'm on the same shuttle as like Bobby King Green was with us, Brendan Allen, um, Daniel Pineda." Like, it was like these big UFC guys, and I'm like, I'm just a small timer from Houston. But shout out to Eric. I mean, he's since day one, he's always seen my potential, and he's always given me like the best opportunities for sure. But yeah, it was like super last minute. Like, just how you found out, that's how I think everybody else found out on 269.
Yeah.
Because there was not too much promotion going on. Like, I didn't have a flyer. I didn't have anything till like a couple of days ago. So I don't know. I really don't know the strategy behind that as far as promotion goes. But I mean, people are stoked anyways. I'm hearing people are flying in, to Vegas just to come to watch us. And it's also fight week here. I totally forgot about that. It's Derek Lewis fights this weekend. So I was hanging out with some of his crew yesterday because we're all from Houston, so we might be different teams, but when we're out of town, we kind of just, we stick together.
Yeah. And it's taking place at the UFC Apex, right?
Yes, sir, at the Apex. And this is the first like non-MMA event there. Like, they only do a UFC fights in like the Contender Series and stuff like that. So it's just groundbreaking for sure. And I'm super happy to be a part of it. And I usually, like, it's weird because like when I compete for super fights, I'm usually like towards the end, like I'm like in the middle, and I'm actually opening the show. I'm the first walkout, so that's pretty cool. I think in itself, being the first jiu-jitsu guy to step on that mat, it's gonna be a cool experience.
Yeah, the first invitational, UFC Fight Pass Invitational. You're starting it out, going to start it out with the bang. What can we expect whenever the match starts?
From you, as always, you can expect a lot of submissions, a lot of submission attempts. My game is a lot of scrambles, high pace action. Um, I'm really never in a boring match unless I just get held down, which I don't think Jerry's a gamer. He's been a black belt for a long time. He also does MMA, so cool dude. I got to meet him yesterday. Him and his brother on the card, so I expect him to bring the heat like most MMA guys do. So I just plan on using my technique and getting the finish.
This is your black belt debut. Congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, what does that mean to you to achieve that, under
Uh,
Professor Giacolino?
it's crazy because I got my black belt and I was like, okay, I'm gonna take some time off just to let things kind of settle in, and I got this opportunity, and I'm the type Draculino knows like I never say no to a fight. It hasn't always been in my best favor, but I don't say no. Like if the opportunity arises, I'm gonna be there if I can, even if I'm injured. I got injuries now, but they don't matter. I don't think you ever go into a match 100%. So 80% is cool. And as far as getting the black belt from Drac, it was a blessing, honestly. It's been a tough year for me. So for him to give me my black belt this year was super special. I've been with Drac since a white belt. So I came in, it's a funny story. I came in to Draculino's wanting to do MMA and just wanting to fight. Like I didn't really care like too much about jujitsu like that. I just wanted to punch people and spar and just typical like high school, like
Yeah,
bad kid. I was always getting kicked out of school, so like I figured jujitsu would kind of help discipline me a little bit, and it definitely did because ever since I learned jujitsu, I never got into a fight, fist fight, or street fight ever again. But yeah, it's a huge blessing because as many of y'all know, Draculino, he's like he's his roots to jujitsu are like it pretty much doesn't get any closer. He's a black belt across in Gracie Jr. and that's basically who started Gracie Baja. And I mean the source is like literally right there. It's not like four guys down or five guys down. Like I'm getting information directly from the source. So I definitely think that gives me an advantage. And also training with guys like Lucas Valente, training with his wife Andressa. That he just got third. She won another world championship. Training with Pedro Marino, he won double gold. Like it really like it helps me like it lets me know like where I belong because I do well with everybody. So I'm just blessed honestly to be able to show my jujitsu to the world because I know there's gonna be a lot of viewers. So I'm super excited. Like I don't think I'm not the type of guy to fold under pressure. Like I like pressure. So I'm fighting this guy in his hometown, and I plan to choke him out.
yeah, I love it. All right. So you were mentioning some of those names, and those are some people that are training right here in the Houston area. I was talking to some of my friends the other day, and they were talking about Texas. Austin specifically becoming like that mecca for
Oh
jiu-jitsu.
yeah,
It appears
Austin.
in Houston as well, right?
Oh yeah, Austin is man. It's just Texas in general. Like
Hmm.
I was hanging out with Cody Steele yesterday. He's in that Fury. He's on Team Fury with Daniel Pineda. Um, it's Cody. Oh, Travis Took. He's a Houston OG. If you haven't heard, I mean, if you're from Houston, you know who Travis Took is. He's part of the team, and they also have Ricardo Majalista, all Houston based. So we're all hanging out yesterday, having a good time, and just game planning for them and just going over what strategy is going to be best for them because the quintet it's kind of very strategical.
Yeah, you think the Fury team has a good chance of taking that $25,000 prize?
Oh yeah, for sure. I think the toughest team is LFA. They have the legend Lovato. So Rafael Lovato, he's I think he holds the record for like winning the most world championships as an American, and obviously that says a lot. I
Hmm.
think he's the guy to watch out for, honestly. So if I was them, I would probably I would throw somebody out there to stall him as much as
Yeah,
possible.
yeah,
to not stall, but like hold him off. Like don't get submitted, just hold him off because if no one wins, it's double elimination. So after I forgot 7 minutes, I think they are.
yeah.
Um, the winner, if there's no submission, the both guys get eliminated, and I think that's where Fury is gonna take over because I feel like Cody still matches well with any of them. I think Travis has the expertise and the knowledge, and as well as the skill to hang with any of them as well.
Yeah.
He's a smart guy, so he's gonna know what to do, and Daniel Pineda, he's just a scrapper. He's not gonna go away easily. So And obviously, if Evangelista is like the biggest guy of the tournament, the guy is like 250, 260 pounds. So he's going to be a hard one to take out. So I really honestly think, I'm not being biased. I really think Fury has a shot. I mean, their first, I think they're going against James Cross's team. You know who James Cross is?
I'm not sure yet. No.
He's from he's like the Midwest, but James Cross, he fights in the UFC as well.
Okay.
Um, they have that team first draw. The winner of that one faces Legacy or CFFC, which I think Legacy wipes that team out. And I think we'll be seeing Fury versus LFA in the final. And regardless of the outcome, I think it's gonna be great regardless, like for Eric and everybody, win or lose, like everybody, even for me, like this is the opportunity. Like my friend, he lives here in Vegas. He's like, bro, he's like, you already won. He's like,
Yeah.
you being there, like you being invited, like dude, he's like, you won. He's got to go. Actually, now you got to go choke this fool. You know?
Yeah. You know, earlier you mentioned that you're one of the only guys who doesn't have some MMA experience. Is that something that we may see from you in the future?
Yeah. I mean, it's always been on my bucket list. I'm getting older now, but I feel like the time now is better than ever. Like I'm mentally in a way better place I would have been back then. The only thing is my hand. I have this hand injury where my ligaments are all torn. I can't make a fist on my left hand. So I got an X-ray done a couple weeks ago. So hopefully, um, I can get some therapy done where I can actually ball my fist. But that's always been part of the plan. I talk to Jack all the time. I think he gets tired of me telling him like, but
Yeah.
yeah,
I saw there was a post that I think it's Coach Copley over at War on the north side of Houston. He made a post saying, some of these guys get into it for MMA and they, striking, and then they turn into butt scooters. And you commented on that. You said,
yeah,
"Dang, that's me."
yeah. I thought it was funny. Like some
Yeah.
people actually took real offense to it. But I thought it was funny. Like, I mean, MMA guys always talk shit about jiu-jitsu guys, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I thought it was funny. Some people got offended. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I thought it was a fun post, and he meant it in
It was funny,
how he
but
meant
like,
it. Yeah.
if you look dig deep into that like it went left. Like
Yeah.
everyone started talking crap, and it was just like a big debate on. Same thing with high level MMA guys. They don't really go to fight jiu-jitsu matches. It's a different sport, and I think you should respect it all in all. Either if you're butt schooling or fucking throwing punches, I mean, you should respect the art regardless.
Yeah.
Especially if you're not like a pro MMA fighter that went big time. Some guys get like one fight and claim to be MMA fighters, which is, I don't know, it's kind of funny.
Yeah. All right. So if you're just joining us, I'm talking to Cristian Guzman. He's out there in Las Vegas. There's an event taking place today. It's the UFC Fight Pass Invitational. It's the inaugural first one. I'm hoping that there's going to be some more of these kind of spring up on the fans last minute, and I'm excited for it. How has everything been over there in Las Vegas? Have you had opportunity to go check out just any of the things out there? Have you been out there before?
Yeah, it's funny. The first day I got here, it was actually like super cold. It was like 30 degrees and it was raining. Like my friend lives by the mountain. He said there was snow on the mountain. It was super cold. And he's like, dude, you brought in the cold. It wasn't this cold before you got here. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I hate the cold. But anyways, yeah, yesterday, me and the guys, we went to the Caesar's Palace. We met up with some of Houston, some other black belts. At the Caesar's Palace, I actually stumbled across that Urban Necessities, and I'm sure you heard of that sneaker store.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just how you imagine it. It's pretty crazy. It kind of gave me like a little motivation to kind of see where I'm heading towards. And hopefully within the next year or two, I'll open up my second location. So Space City 2 coming, hopefully. And
Yes.
I'm thinking about, I don't want to let the cat out the bag, but I'm thinking like Clear Lake. I don't know. I want to stay on the south side of Houston, and there's nothing out here. I mean, Fuquay is like 15 minutes from Baybrook, but you'd be surprised how many people won't go to Fuquay just because of that area.
Across the Beltway or anything. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're trying to we started in Webster, so I think it'll be a good idea to go back to that scene. And it's just a totally different. The kids out there, they love the hype stuff. They love Supreme, Babe, Travis Scott still. Like, I mean, I think we could hit that market again. So hopefully, we can open up another location at that mall.
That's Bay City Collective. If you are into sneakers, if you're into, like you said, anything, Travis Scott, Supreme, there's a whole bunch of really cool stuff. I've had the opportunity to go. You do these markets on Sundays every so often, and then you just had one where y'all were doing stuff for a really good cause. What did y'all have going on?
So actually, yeah, this past Sunday, we did our second annual toy drive. We've only been open it a year and a half, pretty much. So our first year, I was able to donate, like, honestly, it was Pancho Claus. I'm not sure if y'all heard of him, but he's basically like a Houston legend in the barrios. He's always gone around, like, as a kid, every year, like, I would always hear like lowrider music and like all these cars like making like loud music coming down my street, and I would always come out and I'd be like, bro, what's going on? Like,
Yeah.
I just see people giving out toys in a lowrider, and fortunately, like, my parents, they did okay. We were never rich, but they did okay. My dad always had a job, so I didn't really need the toys. So I was just kind of let him pass out the toys to the kids in need. So I was just kind of like, I would watch, and I just thought it was like super cool. And then one day, when I opened my store, somebody asked me if I would be willing to help out Pancho Claus donate toys and give back to the kids. And I was like a no-brainer. I was like, yes, I'm down to help out. And we donated like an absurd amount of, like, I had I took my mom's Avalanche, and like the whole trunk was literally full of toys. It was at least 1,000 toys that we
Wow.
donated
Yeah.
to Magnolia in the Southeast Houston. So it was really, really cool to give back. And this past weekend as well, we did our second, and yeah, same thing. We got a bunch of toys, and we're ready to give them back to the kids in need.
I saw some of the toys in the pictures, and there were some wrestling toys and some other stuff. I was like, what do they got?
Yeah.
That looks kind of cool over there. I need to go get me some of these new toys that are coming out or something, right?
Yeah, my nephew's like, hey, can I have this rock? I was like, bro.
Right? Oh, man. Okay, so again, can you remind people what's going on tonight? How can they watch it? And then any predictions that you may have.
So tonight, it starts at 5 p.m. here. I think it's 7 in Houston. It's the Fight Pass Invitational. I'm opening the show. It's going to be a great event. I really, even if you're not into grappling as much, it has a bunch of UFC vets, so you can expect an exciting night of grappling. I predict that I'm going to get a finish, either a guillotine or a back choke. I'm going for
the finish. All right. Hey, I appreciate you making some time. I know that it seems like it's moving quickly, and I'm trying to follow on the stories and the posts and all that stuff. And so I'm excited for you, man, and good luck with everything. I know you're going to come back with the win.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you having me out. I'll see you soon, brother.
All right. This is